All right, hey guys, Patrick here in Southwest Fort Worth, and I wanted to talk a bit about water changes because I see things online and there's a lot of hearsay and whatnot, and so I just want to clear some stuff up, especially there's just so much conflicting advice on the internet. It's amazing, but a lot of times you get this advice from people who they'll give you advice on something that they've never even tried just because they heard it was bad. So really they don't have any kind of background in what they're telling you. But what I want to talk about is when I do these water changes, the tank's like this big one, and this water right here, it's coming straight from the tap. And this is Fort Worth city water, all right? But I've already put in the safe and some prime so that it neutralizes the chlorine and chloramines, and I had it down to probably here, so you're looking at a 75% 80% water change on this. Notice that I have this water splashing in. This is important when you're dealing with this pressurized water that's coming from a lot of the tap sources, your city sources, because that water needs to degas. If I went and I just put these hoses into the water and then let it fill up like that, there would be micro bubbles that would happen because the water doesn't degas, and that really stresses the fish. You don't hear about having to degas water a lot, unfortunately, and I've had several deaths and I've been doing this for years, and so I used to go and put this water in, and then I'd see these micro bubbles, and I'd see bubbles on the livestock, wondering what was happening, and I had to kind of search it out, and it's because my water wasn't degassing. And what fixed it? Well, you just have water splash in. So I've been having it splash in for years, doing big water changes, not having any issues whatsoever. Okay, and here's some other stuff, guys. Don't chase pH. Okay, unless you're trying to breed or something and you've got an RO system and a tank devoted, and you've got another can that you're going to go and have some treated water at the right pH that you're going to do water changes with. If that's your plan, okay, and if you're keeping discus or some of these other fish. But if you're just keeping regular aquarium fish, do not chase pH. People don't realize that in the wild the pH fluctuates greatly, even in your local lakes. Because what happens is in the day, you have the plants inside of there, and they're conducting photosynthesis. So they are taking in carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. So the pH raises. Well, at night, it reverses, and they go and they start taking in oxygen, releasing CO2, and the pH drops. So a lot of these fish in the wild themselves, all right, the pH itself fluctuates. Don't chase pH, and I don't even know why they sell some of these pH adjusters like drops and stuff like that. It's just, yeah, I've never seen anything good come of those drops. Okay, if you do want a way to alter pH besides, like peat will go and it'll soften water, so it'll bring the pH down. And a lot of times it's not really the pH that is the issue, it's how hard or soft the water is, and the pH is a byproduct of that. But there's a Watley's Discus. They've got a YouTube channel, and he goes and talks about how he adjusts pH chemically for discus fish, which is really interesting. So you guys should check that out if you're even interested in it. But for the most part, most aquarists don't chase pH. See, I've got two sources coming in here. That water is a bit cooler than I keep this tank, but I do have this 55 that hasn't been touched yet, and so that 55 gallons of water, well, about, just short of 55, because it's not totally 55, but it's going to go and then mix in with this that I've just changed. Now the best way, I think, to do water changes, and I do it with this tank here, the bow front, is you go and you have some type of brute Trash can works great on a dolly, and this works perfect. But if you have some other container that will hold water, and then you have something that's bubbling water in, if you have chlorine, really chloramines in your city water, you still have to treat that water. You save for prime or something like that, whatever neutralizes chloramines. But having that going and just bubbling, so that it's degassed, it's already treated, that water's ready to go, and you have some kind of water source. That is the best way, I think, to do water changes. But doing big water changes is not, it's actually a good thing. I remember reading Tropical Fish Hobbyist one time about somebody who kept it was the editor-in-chief keeping 10 Oscars, full-grown Oscars in a 55-gallon tank, but he did a full water change. I mean, he had them flopping, full water change every day. Every day. A lot of these discus farms and these other farms in Southeast Asia, they change the water once or multiple times, the whole thing, daily. And I mean, that water comes in. There are different videos you can see on YouTube of water just being drained and coming in quick. And they can do that because of the water they have. Okay. And then to finish this video off, I want to do a quick look through. So in here, I had a bunch of 3 pond baskets with some egg laying fish, and so in there, and we'll see, because there's a lot of them in there, but we'll see if we can't find some fry swimming around. There's one. So I've got a bunch of egg-laying fry. They could be tiger barbs. They could be black skirt tetras. They could be Odessa barbs. All of them were there. And I did it with this tank. And then this one, which also I think has some Bozemanite rainbow fry in here that I keep putting spawning mops in that have eggs on them. Just switching those out. And then this was the first one. It's got some bigger fry in it, along with some shrimp. But they don't have the numbers that this other tank does for some reason. Yeah, there's one up in the center right there. I think it might be an Odessa barb. I don't know. Anyway, but just some breeding projects. I have done something I'm trying out. I've got a bunch of my egg layers over here. I've split this tank with a Matten filter. Okay? That pipe right there, and that's the Matten filters from Swiss Tropicals, but that's going down to this bottom. That bottom, this black part, is the bottom for undergravel filters, but it's got ridges and holes in it. And the idea is I have a Metallo filter here, but they lay eggs on here. Hopefully the eggs fall through here. They get sucked in because this tube is actually sucking, water's coming across and sucking it up and then going into this side of the tank. I've had it going for about 2 days now, and my hope is that they'll just continuously be laying eggs in here, and I'll start getting fry on this side of the tank, and we have water coming in from the whole system, so you don't have to worry about it being overcrowded because of the filtration that's happening. I mean, there's a lot of water being distributed and going through this 20 long. But we'll see if this works. This is just something else I was trying that I thought, man, that'd be cool just to suck, because I've had black skirt tetras and some other egg layers, and then I'll find some fry in sumps and things like that. And the idea is to find some of these fry over here. And we'll see how it goes. There's a lot of water movement on this side, but I I think we will get some fry. I just don't know how many. I don't know. Next video, we'll see if it works out. It's just something I'm trying. Other people have rigged up different tanks to kind of automatically filter the eggs from the fish and leave the fish in there. And this is my attempt at it right here to do that. I should just shoot the eggs out right into this. All right, guys, that's a quick lesson in water changes and a quick update. Oh, and also I've got angelfish. They're getting bigger. And of course more angels. That these guys became free swimming today. And then there's some squirming on the bottom. The free swimming ones are the platinum pearl scales, and the squirming ones are some of the silver koi mix. We've got a pair. This pair right here. A silver and a koi. Okay, yeah, there's your quick updates of some stuff that I have going on. We'll how about we go and end the shot of the electric blue cars. Well, these are the bigger ones. Maybe we'll end with some of the... There's always stuff to look at. Here's some of the more electric blue caras in a breeding box with some super red fry. And here's some older ones, some albino and regular fry. Alright guys, try and hit that subscribe button. I'm almost at 1,000, and that'd be cool to reach that. I'll talk to you guys later.